Akiripo. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Same here, sir.
All right, that's nice. So our co-host is not here yet, but I would like to start off the conversation with you while we wait for him. So the questions I would like to ask, based on your own experience in the parenting community. I know you've been in the parenting community for a long time. Um, I I do not want to do injustice to your what's it called your experience. So I'd like you to introduce yourself because I do not have your bio with me, and I would not want to do injustice to it. Can you help us introduce yourself to our fathers so that they can hear where you are coming from?
Okay, yeah. Good, good evening, good afternoon, or even good morning, every father in the house, depending on where you have joined us from. So first off, let me thank Mr. Jube or Jube,
Jube.
Jube,
Yes.
Mr. Jube Ojomo, for this amazing job. Uh, the traction is gaining. I mean, the movement is gaining traction. The momentum is gaining traction by the day. We need to continue to do what we know how to do best. Let me put my camera on.
Thank you. I
Yes,
can
sir.
see you clearly.
So, yeah, okay. So we continue to do what we know how to do best as God has given it unto us. So I came into this space in 2011, but by 2013, we kickstarted it professionally, as in when we were really so sure that we have calling around this space that we need to do it, and we hit the ground running. So the first official work we did was to start a free parenting class in
Okay.
2014. We started this in Excellence Hotel, Ogba, here in Lagos. So then we ran it for every month, every once a month. I think the third Saturday of every month. So we did it. We were doing it for free. So me and my wife, we pulled our resources together. At a point in time, we were renting microphone, renting speaker, camera, all those. Nobody was forthcoming to even say, I love what you are doing. Oh, yeah, let me support. No, 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 nobody. The only support we had from some people was just, their regular attendance. Their
Okay.
regular attendance. We needed to pay the hotel for their conference room. So later, me and my wife put money together. We bought the instrument, the microphone, everything, the multimedia. We bought everything and we were happy. That was like 4 or 6 months down the line that we started. We actually started precisely on April. I don't remember that date again, but we targeted a free day. So that free day was um, Easter Monday, Easter Monday that everybody would be around. And we spoke to some people. We wanted to be sure that they will not have any church service on that day, and they all agreed. So we're running it. So we did that for all through 2014, 15, 16, but mid 2017, we were thinking on what we needed to do because we were so sure that people really got to know more about it, and we felt that we couldn't continue just to make it like a seminar where people will just come They will just come. At times they won't write anything, even though we've spent so much time, putting the content together, me and my crew. In most cases, 2 days before the time, vigil. We were always on vigil, trying to make sure that those content were really top notch. So in the midst of it, we invited some other speakers as well. We invited them to come and help us launch this activities, this event. So we just felt that we needed to really structure our content. We needed to just to make sure that people really, they came for something. So that was when I met the faculty members. We started, and they said that, well, the only thing that can make people to be more serious about this, because we discovered that when we ask questions, or when some of them ask questions, and we always refer them back so that we treated this 2 months ago in our last class, we discovered that they are not really following. So they just make it like religious thing. Let's just go and hear what Akinrokpo and his team are going to talk about in fatherhood again. So
all right, that's recently.
No, then.
Okay, then.
So that seriousness, we're not really seeing it. We're not really seeing that. So mid 2017, we agreed that by 2018, we were going to start
change strategy.
Yes, change strategy. We're going to do a proper class whereby people would pay before they came in. Before they come in to the class, because what you pay for, you really appreciate what you pay for, and you keep every content. When everything is being structured, everything is being packaged, in a curriculum for you, you appreciate it better than when it is just only about you listening to the speaker speak. So we ran it through. So by October 2017, we stopped. And we stopped. We actually wanted to stop in December 2017, the free class, monthly parenting class. But we stopped in September 2017. So by October 2017, I had started my project on my first book, Daddy, Where Are You?
Okay.
Daddy, Where Are You? So, part of the strategies is to launch a book into that parenting class, parenting class. So we launched the book, and we launched the book in May 26, 2018. Then our classes started. The structured, paid curriculum, paid class, parenting class. That is the first one we did, was understanding the principles of parenting.
All right, just hold on a second. I think TJ is about to join us.
Oh.
Thank you for the introduction, Mr. Akinrokpo. I couldn't have done it as good as you have just done it. Before I bring in TJ, I think he's about to join us. I just wanted to tell us a little bit that I know about TJ. Let me introduce him as Dr. Terry Jerry Trinu, who is fondly called the unusual TJ. He's an idea and brand communication strategist by day, but a life coach by design, and he has 25 years experience doing that. He's an NLP practitioner, a family life system engineer, associate practitioner, a fellow professional mentor and coach, and a certified professional youth coach of the Chartered Institute of Mentoring and Coaching Nigeria. He's a US certified family wellness coach and a graduate of the School of Politics, Policy and Governance. He was recognized with the Ambassador of Peace Award by the International Association of the World Peace Advocates Fellowship. He helps parents and institutions raise resourceful and high performing teens with strong entrepreneurial and leadership skills who are responsible, safe, and productive online. He has ardent passion for social transformation, has reached over 50,000 youths across Nigeria. He's a Toastmaster, a Rotarian, and a member of the Police Community Relations Committee. He's married with 5 children. So there you have it, Dr. Tijiri Jerry Chuno, you called unusual TJ. You are welcome. That was a very long introduction, but it shows us where he's been with regards to the journey of fatherhood. And I was just speaking with Mr. Akinropo, and we're talking about the need of building a community of supportive fathers. And then he mentioned that he had been in this space of trying to get this sorted or get this done since about 2001. He's been telling us about his experience.
2011.
2011. And he's been telling us about the experience. How challenging it has been to have fathers actually come for this kind of take advantage of the kind of community that we're trying to build. So, Mr. TJ, over to you. What's your own experience been in trying to build this sort of community or platform for fathers?
Good evening, Jube. Good evening, my brothers. Kiriko, it's good to see you here. Thanks for jumping in early. Apologies for coming late. I had to hop in from another meeting here, and there was a little bit of traffic on the road. But I'm excited. We are here, and I'm happy we are 3 amazing young fathers here. I say we're young fathers, not minding the white beards on Akiropo's face. Oh, and Jube as well. It's for me, while just a little away, while the white hair shows wisdom, like they say, it's a sign of wisdom. Let's be honest, and white hair also it's a sign of stress. It's a sign of all the things that we have gone through. And that is just me just trying to, use this medium to celebrate every man who's listening to this, every father, every man who has decided to, stand up and be responsible for their family, every man who has fought unseen battles, every man who has chosen to be different and not just the norm, every man who even still tries, but yet still trapped into within the narrative of the society, just every man who says, regardless, I'll still be a man, and this is just me celebrating you. Life can make us look different from how we desire, like my 2 brothers here. Mine is coming soon, but regardless, we have chosen to remain men. So I celebrate every one of you. And one thing nobody does, or nobody has consciously done, even when it's our day, is to stand up and celebrate the men. So this is me. I want every man. This is me standing up to celebrate every man. Please, if any man watching this, this is me standing up to celebrate you. You have done well. Even if what you have done may not have been seen as the best, you have done well. And yes, there's so much more to do, but you have done well. Please tap your shoulder and tell yourself, I'm doing well. Just tap your shoulder and say, I'm doing well.
I'm doing well.
Awesome. Sorry, I just needed to do that because I know as men, and this is also answering your question, I know sometimes as men, here, married men, and also fathers, sometimes you want to come home and just hear well done from your spouse, not the next trouble there is for you to solve at home. It's almost like sometimes when you come home, there's a pile of trouble that you have to deal with. Oh, this is broken. Oh, this is not working. Oh, honey, there's a bill for this. Oh, sometimes there's the welcome, but the welcome is now more like
solve the problem.
Like Yeah, the welcome you get most times. Yes, our spouses, they do try. The welcome is the excitement. There's the excitement you want to get as a man coming home, that you are really welcome. But at the end of the day, subconsciously, not consciously, the welcome is welcome to your position to fix problem, Mr. Fixer. Welcome to your position to take responsibility. Welcome again. Sometimes we just want to come home and just lazy out because we are really stressed. So saying that, one of the reasons why it's important for us to have communities as such is where men can have the opportunity to, not necessarily just unwind. Unwind will not be doing so much justice to the word, but having the opportunity to connect deeper and express yourself the way you really are, or
Yeah.
the way you really feel. Permit me to just step aside a bit, and I yield the floor to you.
All right. Thank you so much. So, with regards to that, there are many things that we need to talk about, but we probably aren't able to talk about because we don't have the space to talk about it. I want to give an example. I just use myself as an example. When when we gave birth to my second daughter, she was born premature, and so that means there was a lot to be done. My wife was in one hospital. We had to take my daughter to another hospital where she was going to be treated. So I was shuttling two hospitals. I was working, and I felt at that time so much pressure. But I had lost my dad. Who was I going to talk to? There was no one to talk to. Because the truth is, there was still a lot to be done. I still had to look for how to pay the bills. I still had to take care of my wife. I still had to take care of my daughter. I still have the first daughter was still there at 4 years old. So all of those things are the things that made me feel that there must be people, fathers, also going through things like this, but they need a space to talk about it. Has anybody here heard about andropause?
Mm.
It's a word that is not spoken of, but a lot of
Yes.
people know about menopause.
Yes.
Well, the man also has his own. I was speaking to a friend recently, and I said, "Have you heard of andropause?" She actually thought I was joking until she had to Google it. But these are the things that I said, as men, we need to talk about, but we want to have a safe space that we can, sit down and talk about it. Not to banter about football, but to talk about the things that really do matter, the challenges we are going through, like the experience I just gave to you. I do not know if Mr. Akiropo has any such experiences that you can share with us.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't think I've had that experience before, the andropause.
No, not the andropause. I mean, experience with that you are in a stress situation, but you need to speak with someone. Like I talked about my daughter being
Uh, uh,
premature, my wife in the
uh,
hospital, and
uh,
that kind of
uh,
scenario.
severally. Um, let me see. I think I started to feel that for the first time as a father. That was 2009. So you know, something was common to almost every business person in
Yeah.
2008, 2009. That is the economic meltdown.
Okay.
You know,
2008.
yes, 2000 economic meltdown. So you know, my money, some people's money, I mean, like one person's money, relative's money that kept into my hand. And I felt that, oh, let me quickly, add this money together, to maximize my profit in a stock, so that at least once the stocks appreciate maybe 2, 3 months, by calculation that we are then, once it appreciates by 2, 3. I don't want to mention the name of the particular stocks now. I don't want to mention the name of that global global entrepreneur, global business person, global businessman, and the man is still reigning to date. I don't want to mention his name. So we all rushed into that stock. He just bought over a company, an organization owned by federal government. He just bought over them, and he wanted that organization that he bought, then listed in stocks. He now wanted it to meet up with his own existing company. So he bought these stocks from government for 1 naira 50 kobo. Then he sold it to us at 16 naira. And the existing stock he had in his main organization before, main company, was 45 naira. So the expectation, what they sold to us was that, oh, no, this man will never allow any of his stocks to go below so amount. So we all rushed into it. The money that was kept in my hand, everything was like 10 million. Then my own was 6 million. So we just pulled money together like that, We bought these stocks. 2 days after, the thing rose by 1 naira. 3 days, 1 naira. On the 5th day, the thing started declining. And in our very face, what we expected to be 16 naira went, within 3 months, went down to 50 kobo. Went down to 50 kobo. So this is where the challenge is. I didn't tell my wife that this is what I have done. Men now, then, I was carrying that cultural stake of man has to be strong. You don't discuss everything that is ongoing with your wife. What your wife and the children need is just a surprise. What they need is, oh, the money is coming, right? Hey, no problem. They don't need to know your struggle. So I didn't tell her. I wanted to do a surprise that, oh, when a new car comes out with it from this investment, I'm just going to show her that this. Eventually, the thing went bad. Then another business transaction again, arising from the economic meltdown. That one now hit me again. That one is about 25 million naira. Hit me again. So by 2008, 9, 10, I was down flat. And my marriage was just 7 years then. I was down flat.
Those are examples of the challenges that we face as fathers.
Exactly. Police were harassing me, EFCC harassing me, looking for me around. I showed up. I didn't want them to be, of course now if they invited you and you didn't show up, they will post your picture. I didn't want them to post my picture on the newspaper or anything. I went there. I was out. Okay, go and look for this money. I said, don't worry, I will look for this money. I was just running around. So I was looking for who to talk to. The person I was looking for, not just who to talk to, but who I would talk to. And the person will say, how much are we talking about here? 35 million, right? Oh yeah, please take. Go and give the person. That was what I was looking for, because almost everybody I met, they were telling me, don't worry, just calm down. It's a phase, it shall pass. It's a phase, it shall pass, but as it's a phase, it shall pass, the same way, the day I gave my creditors, the same way, the day draws nearer. So when I wake up, the only time I was happy was when I woke up in the morning. Anytime it was getting like this time, I became sad, because I know that if I've given my creditor that, don't worry, the next 1 month I will pay off. So what that means is that night, that day is reduced by 1 day again. So the days kept drawing nearer. So those were the challenges I faced. It was so tough. But the only thing that didn't cross my mind then was like, oh, maybe to think the unthinkable. Want to commit suicide? No.
Stuff like
Those things never crossed my mind.
All right, that's right.
Another challenge I want to say again.
Before you go on, Mr. Akiroko, because of time, I would like Mr. TJ to talk, because we have spent lots of time. I'm not sure if we want to go past a certain amount of time. So, Mr. TJ, what are those challenges that you have faced and you have, have made you see that it is necessary to have a platform where, as fathers, we can meet and talk?
Yeah, thank you so much. I was just smiling when Akiropo was talking because I don't think that there's really any man out there who wakes up and his goal is to go and squander family funds. I think most men sometimes make uninformed decisions, or sometimes if things can just happen. I remember how many millions went down the drain on my side because I wanted to surprise my wife and the family, so I could resonate with him. But women, God help us, they will never ever always see it like we do. And so my own story here is not necessarily finance. So I just wanted to resonate with that most men are going through that. But here is on parenting, where my wife has the cultural idea that the woman is the nurturer, and that's just a default social narrative, that has facts, behind it. However, it is not absolute, because in my home, I am a better nurturer. So, that's even led me to starting the nursing fathers community. I do better with the children, but then my wife always wants to come in to, enforce her role as the mother. And we are not fighting. We're not fighting any. There's no war. There's no war on duty or responsibility. Here it's just capacity, and it now looks as though I am either one, not making her be a good mother, or I am doing her job. She wants to do her job. All this kind of thing. And sometimes you just find yourself in this place where, and then the children are also now being endeared to you or endeared to me in this case because of my parenting skills. And it's not a competition, but somehow there is now some silent feud, because it's like you are competing to show that she's not a good mother or a perfect mother and all that. And the more you explain, it's like the more crazy you make her think she feels, trying to make her understand. So that's my challenge. I think a lot of men have this challenge as fathers, to communicate their passion, how they want to even connect with the children and all that. All this because of programming over time. And when you talk, and now this is another problem, why this space is important. When you talk to other men who have same narrative, they make you feel as though you're no man enough. There's something wrong with you. You want to create a new experience. You want a redefinition of culture in your family, but then because it's not the cultural norm, people just, if you want to speak, they tell you shut up, you're the man. Just swallow it and all that. And I'm happy Akiropo was saying that he did not get to suicide, but there are a whole lot of men who their mental construct, it's weak. There's no resilience. They can't process this. When people talk about suicide and if sometimes you can just put what goes through a man's mind on a projector, you may weep, because I think the average man is fighting so much within to ensure he makes things work. Unfortunately, life doesn't just happen that way. And then we do not even have the patience to know the battles or his strength and weakness of the process he's going through without just giving jabs and throwing stones. And that is why it's important we create safe spaces where men can genuinely come to say, hey, this is what I'm going through and I really don't know what to do. I need help. Just go and type as a man, I need help. You will see everybody will start shooting you arrows. Are you not a man? Suck it up and all that. But we need spaces where men can come and say, hey, I need help. I don't know how to do it. My father is married for 54th, going to 55th year. I had to run to him. I was like, Dad, how do you do it? I'm almost getting mad. How many years have I done? How did you stay this long? We see marriages breaking up here and there. Why? Yeah. Because men don't have the space to have these conversations. So that's my challenge, and I think that's also the reason why we need these spaces.
Thank you. Just before you came in, I was just saying it that my own belief is that because our fathers had communal living, even though it was not formally written, they had someone to always turn to, either an uncle, an older cousin, or someone who had similar experiences, and based off that, they could, replicate, or they could talk. But we don't have that anymore because we do not have any communal living anymore. Everything these days is online, and everybody's so busy, and we are all gone out and all of that. So that's why having this sort of, yeah.
Sorry to add, not just that we don't have communal living, some of those uncles are now predators.
Okay, that's fine. That's true. So now, because of the fact that the communal living is no longer there, we need this sort of space where we can come together. We know we are gaining experience from ourselves and what we've passed through and how we've been able to handle it. And, I have a feeling that this would actually help. Now, going back to what Akinrok said about having a structure, I also think it's very important that we have a structure around this platform where people will come in and there is something that will be taught monthly. There will be weekly challenges that would help fathers, tips and strategies on what they can do. And there'll probably be accountability, something I call a dad accountability circle, where people will be split into maybe like 4 or 5 fathers, and they can hold themselves accountable on what is to be done each week. And we will celebrate our wins. Oh, this week I was able to, parent my children without shouting. I was able to reduce my shouting from every day to just 2 days. Little wins like this do mean a lot. What do you think about it, Akinrok? Based on your experience with this, this is something that would work in the community?
I think yes, it will work. It will work, because if we are able to track our activities, the lesser we allow the challenges to overwhelm us, the lesser. So that what that means is at every point in time, okay, for instance, maybe like on a Monday, a challenge is put out there, and there is somebody, within the system that will always troubleshoot in the evening.
Yeah.
So what happened today? Can anybody just share his highlight with us, or any low moment? Okay, let's see. So from there, something will happen. The following day, something will happen. Third day. So what I'm thinking to now is almost, that means every content, every curriculum that will be generated in that platform has to be tailor-made based on what people are going through. So it is possible that starting first, there may not be any, pre-planned curriculum. Oh, this is how everything is going to happen. This is how it's going to do. This is what I want to be doing. No, maybe 1 month may just be to curate, to feel the people what really are the challenges these people that are on this platform are going through. What are the common challenges they're going through? And can we really work on this? Then can we anticipate? Can we create scenarios that, okay, if this one subsides, is it possible that the solution for this one will bring another challenge? So if those things are possible, then we are good to go. I believe so.
Oh, that's
by
good.
having all those things, every day people come to the platform, they speak out, they talk, but there has to be something very, 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 I don't know how to put it.
Understand?
Men, we just like, I don't know when that culture will die a natural death in us. I don't know when.
I doubt if that will die a natural death in us. The thing is that there is no space for.
When you have men's platform, men platform can be quiet.
I agree. I am in a couple of men platform and it's quiet. But you see, the reason why it's quiet is because there's a lot to be done. And based on that, I'm going to suggest that on this platform, we do not overwhelm the men. Because whether we like it or not, we are still doing a lot.
Mm.
So yes, there will be days that you can't do certain things. And it's based on this that I'm thinking that we would have different formats of teaching. So there will be videos by means of podcasts. You can go and watch the YouTube all over, but there will be audio messages like a voice note daily to prep men. There would be a blog that you can read for those who like to read. So we're looking at all those formats so that there will be something for each person or how each person learns and what is beneficial. Some people may just want to listen to an audio on the move. They want to listen to it daily. They don't want something that they'll sit down for 1 hour and have to sit down and listen. They may not want that. There'll be those persons who may want to take advantage of sitting down to listen to be taught because they realize that they need something more. And that's why one of the things that I and teacher have been talking about is a program called The Advantage. For those who want to take the advantage as a dad, we want to raise people who are fathers. And when I mean fathers, I mean, I'm not saying they're not fathers already, but I mean, we want them to be focused in the sense that if they are focused, they're focused on their family. We don't want a situation where stress will take you away from doing what you are supposed to do with your family. They're authentic in the sense that they are building their own family value system and it's working for them. It doesn't have to be the one that you are building. So that's an F and A. The T is for trusted, hands-on, because they are there. They know the job. They are doing the parenting. They can change the diapers. They know what to do. Engaged because they are always there with the children. They can talk to their children, and they are resilient. Because, like we've said, there's so much going on, but we need to build this kind of skills in fathers. And so that's what we intend to do. We are hoping that with this community, that is exactly what we do. We want men to come up, tell us the things that they have in mind. Let's talk. So we are building it together. It's not a case of it's my community and you are the ones there. It's our community because we want to do something that would, support us. That's why I mentioned that it's for supporting fathers and of supportive fathers. Because when we learn and what we've learned, we can use it to support other persons. I don't know, TJ, do you have any other thing to say? I think we've shot over time and we may need to round up very soon.
Okay, thank you so much. Just to re-emphasize what you've said, it's very important. One of the reasons we are working to build this community, like we have just all said, is to ensure that men have safe spaces. And just like Akinripo also said, we build it together. It's not a one man's job. But to every man listening to this is what I have to say: is there are men who really are genuinely interested in your mental health, your mental well-being. There are men who actually want to see you succeed rather than focusing on the negative energies all around you. You want to ensure you invest yourself in spaces that help strengthen your mind, build your resilience, help you with a place where there's a lot of positive energy. And the better that network is, one place where you get all that. Just like Jube have said, one of the things over time, with the experience of my brother Akiroko also, over time, we will just be ensuring we unleash the best of us from our experiences, the things we have learned, to ensure that the best of you come to make the best of your life and that of your family. So over time, we'll be sharing not just tips, nuggets, but practical things. It's not about theory, it's not about what we read, it's about what has worked, also shaping what has worked to fit your reality. So in this space, there'll be fun quiz, and trust me, it's going to be something that you would enjoy. You want to come to a place where you feel like a man and you're not judged, you're not ashamed, there's no judgment, there's no sense of rejection, there's no ridicule. A place where you can say, hey, I love being a man here, regardless of how I can cry, I can shout, I can scream loud. I can just come and just say gibberish, yibbity, yibbity, yibbity. It's not making sense. And then the truth is, a lot of us in our head we're not even making sense. We also want to shout like that. We want to come. This is a place where you can hug someone and a tear drop, and then you leave feeling heard, feeling important. So this is one space you really want to invest yourself. And like I said, we'll be bringing the best of us, the best experience from other men, older men as well, to help us in our journey to become better men and then better dads.
Thank you so very much. So, final words, Mr. Akinropo.
Okay, so my final word here is simple. I really want to encourage every man, every father that will be listening to this or who is currently watching to please see this platform, as a safe place where you can be heard. And I take a cue from what he just said, a place where you can say gibberish, a place where you can say anything, and you won't feel judged, you won't feel alienated, you won't feel oppressed by anybody. Every opinion is at par with every other opinion. No opinion is superior. We come here, we learn together. I think it is high time that we started, a platform like this, whereby men, fathers can be heard and can provide solutions together with any demonstrable challenges any father is going through.
Thank you so much. So thank you very much, TJ and Mr. Akinropo. We are very grateful for your coming to help with this particular episode of our podcast, the Better Dad Podcast. And like we've said, we are building this community. You will be hearing from us a lot more. The one thing you want to look out for that we'll be talking about soon is a flagship program. Let me not say a program, a flagship webinar, which will be discussing why most parenting advice out there is wrong. So for fathers who have, because we don't want to go into that right now because that will take us to another direction. But let's keep that in mind and we'll get back to you on that. So thank you so much for everybody who has been able to join. For those who will watch the replay, thank you so much. Please share with all the fathers that you know. We want you to come on board. We need you to help us with this, building this community. We're looking at a situation where we have over 10,000 fathers in this community and we are supporting ourselves. That is what we want to do. So thank you so much. And we will see you again on the 1st of March. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.